It's Kate from Venison for Dinner, and today we are prepping our venison for dinner. We are in a friend's butcher shop, and we have 5 deer that these men folk got to get into the freezer. Is this where we get to put a plug that, like, hey ladies, he's single?
Fly adder.
If you would like to put in a resume, folks.
This was your mom's idea. Show blood on camera?
Yeah, I can show blood on camera. I mean, not everybody will like it, but that's okay. Which deer is this?
That's whitetail buck.
So this is Marius's first whitetail buck he's ever got. We have mostly mule deer here. Whitetail is not common, but they were hunting somewhere else. So we got 1 whitetail. And then,
We already got one all done.
oh, you already got 1 all done? Which one did you do already?
My doe.
Okay, Matt got a whitetail doe. I'm assuming this door. Ta-da! That's probably Marius's mule deer buck, because that's the biggest one. Is that Hamish's doe?
Yep.
And Hamish's mule deer buck?
Yep.
Perfect. We have piles of ground beef in our freezer, so we are gonna make piles of venison sausage. We're not gonna make it just yet, we're gonna do that in the new year. But this is what would be ground and stew meat, and it's gonna become sausage.
Well, it's gonna be ground.
Well, it's gonna be ground into sausage. We have some soup bones and shanks, steaks. This is the other back leg on Mac's whitetail doe. Back straps. Where is... So you, oh, then you guys are working on the front shoulders right now.
Yes, they needed something to do.
Cool.
No on front shoulder.
And here is my wrapping station. Gotta get it set up.
Yep.
This trimmings, bloodshot, fat, etc. is gonna be excellent dog food.
How much do you want?
Intimate relationships with trees. Whipping around added to my speed, and I was slammed into the trees with something approaching terminal velocity. The only reason I wasn't hurt more, I bruised 3 ribs and had some cuts and abrasions on the face, was the shock and morbid nature of the snow packed inside my clothing. I do not know how long I dragged. Twice I hit my head hard enough to lose at least partial consciousness. It was minutes. No one word works. But given the time to stare out across nothing and think, they would stop. It was in the Rome River. I found God there. Coming down.
I was surprised you hadn't ate the tenderloins, but do they have to be in for transport? Like, no.
So it's RP. Keeping them and aging them. I usually take them out because they dry out. These ones seem to be. They get dirty. They just tend to be dirty, I find, when you leave them in.
And it came then. What was described? The whole event.
So we just bought a new meat slicer called a Ken Onion MK2, is that what it is?
Meat slice?
No, sorry, goodness.
Goodness, what is it?
Oh,
Earlier I called a meat slicer a meat grinder.
how much per hour?
Yeah.
Knife sharpener. I mean.
We bought a new knife sharpener called a Ken Onion. And
K2 Ultra Magnum.
anyhow, it has already paid for itself. Holy guys.
I wouldn't say yeah.
We don't have to butcher with steak knives anymore.
It is so nice to have all the knives nice and sharp without it taking forever to get them all nice and sharp. We did buy a meat slicer as well. Our friend who owns this butcher shop, he had bought an extra meat slicer at an auction and then he didn't actually need it and he was like,
Those crazy.
yeah, he just kind of bought it out of impulse and then he was like, oh, I might actually just offer it to the person that I outbid at the auction. And I was like, no, me. So we have a meat slicer, which is super fun. So now our goal is to make more of our own sandwich meats and slicing meats because we love that and we don't eat much of it because they're expensive and they have weird ingredients. So making our own will be really fun. And pigs just went to the butcher. We are not doing them ourselves, but we are doing the ham and bacon ourselves. And I'm really glad that we had booked the pigs in because we would also having to be doing pigs as well as 5 deer this week. And we just have enough other things in our week. So
What are you gonna
when we get the bacon done, we can slice it really nicely as well.
thin sliced Black Forest ham?
So I have a protein shake in here, good protein brand, eggnog flavor, delicious. But Hamish here is like, I was wondering what smelled like calf milk replacer. Way to ruin my eggnog shake for me.
How faulty on the bag, man?
You gotta be able to tie it.
Yeah.
There should be butcher wrap somewhere that you tie it close with.
You mean like
Twine. So you can probably do it fuller than you got it.
Okay, Mac.
Nobody checks the humans or the food they send for themselves. This has led in the past to such oddities as mushers running the whole race without a change of clothes, eating only Snickers candy bars for food, and thinking one set of batteries will last all the way. With the vet check came the need to bag supplies and ship them from the Anchorage airport, and meanwhile the sled had to be virtually rebuilt with new plastic runner shoes fastened on and every bolt or lashing examined and retightened at the same time that more booties had to be sewn and a sled back had to be made and a dog food trimming manufactured and still more booties. For obvious reasons, moose attacks against teams and drivers are very common. Dog fights, shoulder injuries. People try to leave with as many dogs as possible in case they have to drop some, fly them back to Anchorage. I had brought 20 dogs to Alaska, but after training and running in mountains, it was clear not all of them were distance-oriented dogs. Their arrogance that caused this, simply that everybody wanted so much to be involved. I did not know it at the time, but that was the case with this man. Still, in a way, he was right. I knew
What's
more
this?
Starting in on deer 3 out of 5.
Mule.
Hamish's mule deer. We always start with the front shoulders. Look at that nice dark meat.
Oh yeah, that's more like it. Hold that still.
The whitetail buck is super pale, and the whitetail, let's see. Here's some from the whitetail doe. We have one more whitetail doe, and here's some from the whitetail buck. And then let's compare. So we got doe, buck, mule deer. So you guys have to tell us, is this normal for a whitetail buck to be this light, or is this
No,
just
it's
uncommon?
normal. I've seen them like that before.
Have you ever cut up a front shoulder before?
Mm-hmm.
I've never cut up a front shoulder before
How was that for them?
because I've been butchering deer with him for 18 years.
Yeah.
Holy!
I'm 6'2". And this thing's just been touching the ground. Less than an inch. That is a big deer.
Do you want me to help you try and get it up on that other one?
Don't. The reason we couldn't was because he was too stiff.
Oh, okay. I was trying to get you sharpening your knife.
All right, Mr. Bravo. Touching the floor.
I just give it a little wash with the vinegar.
Oh, cut it off. Unless you want sand in your
Fair enough.
sausages.
Cut it off.
This one might have some big enough chunks off the front for me to use for roasts.
Yep. It's a big deer, all right. I'll let you two figure that.
So this is eye of round, which I'll wrap like this and then I'll cut it into like little medallion steaks. This will make nice steaks. This will make nice steaks from like here to here, and then these, anything I trim off of the end that's nice steaks off the rump, I just wrap those chunks together and we label them as steak bites or steak strips, and that's what we'll use for things like stir fries and just nice and delicious without having to cut nice big steaks into small bits. Because I don't want to grind these nice tender bits.
It's not so.
Well, you want to grind the nice tender bits? No, we'd much rather a big noodle stir fry on the Blackstone.
Ooh, dang. Now I want a nice big noodle stir fry on the bottom.
Clean that one up, please.
So Marius has a back leg here. Hamish has the pelvis. He's just getting any good usable bits off. And Mac is working on a front leg, front shoulder.
Front leg and shoulder.
Yes, front leg and shoulder. Can you tell we're all getting over a little bit of a sniffle?
No.
And it's not warm in here either, so it makes your nose run. So this one, part of this that he's gonna detach, is my favorite for braising steaks, especially making big game round steaks. Is a recipe on Venison for Dinner blog. It's something that I grew up eating. And this, is this what some people call a football roast?
I don't know. Maybe.
Potentially.
No, I'm not into football.
Nope, not into
No, because it's
football.
shaped like a football.
No idea, not into football.
Anyhow,
Which kind of football?
this makes nice braising steaks. It's got some different sinew to it. That's why I like to slow cook it and that just all falls apart on you. This chunk still has some nice bits to it, but not really enough for steaks. So again, it will go in the steak bites, steak strips.
Steak bite bit pile.
Deer fat is not delicious. If you've ever had deer fat, it sticks to the roof of your mouth in a ugh sort of way.
Ugh.
Okay, so this section, it depends how big the deer is on if this is just like grinding meat. It's got a lot of connective tissue. But if it's big enough, you can cut it up into little braising steaks. And this one looks like it might be big enough for that. Do we show where you hit this one?
No. Actually,
Well, this is
wasn't
the
going
reality.
anywhere.
This is the front shoulder. He hit it, and then what else? So it went through the front shoulder, and what innards did it hit?
Blew the top off the heart and destroyed both of its lungs.
So, excellent shot, heart and
I was
lungs.
aiming.
But you gotta deal with this. So this is gonna take some trimming situation.
The trim?
A little bit of TLC.
Not the worst we've dealt with.
Not the worst we've dealt with ever, no.
Nathan's gonna work in the garden. Yeah, that's why we bought such crappy jerk.
Last one, even though we're only just, we're definitely not done the fourth one, but the fifth one. Holy. That's a fat doe. This is a whitetail doe.
Should have seen the first one.
Apparently, if you fumble through butchering enough, the trained butcher will come and show you how to actually do it.
Never remember until we're in the middle of doing this.
Because like this piece here will be your mock tender. And then there's this one. And then this side is where
A
your
mock tender?
mock tender.
You actually use that for something nice?
Well, you can. Once you clean it off, right, take your silver skin off.
Great sausage.
Great. Aggressive. That's just what they call it, as a mock tender. I've never cooked them myself. And then like this side here, right? You etch your bone along here and open it up. You should, in theory, be able to pull it right off and get a nice clean blade out of it. And that's like when I cut, like I want as clean as I can off the bone, and then I'll take the silver skin that comes off or the bone skin. I'll take it off a second time, because then I can retain as much meat on a piece. Right, and then you can make flat irons out of this. Right, so you'll clean up the silver skin on the outside and the inside. Like on this one, because it's so small, you'd leave it whole, and then like you would do your braising or whatever. Because there's a heavy silver skin right down the center. And then if you like, when it's still on the carcass or whatnot, you have some weight to play against instead of just fighting with the bone.
So you do it on the carcass?
Like when I break it down on the saw, like for larger animals, I'll break it down, like I'll cut it into a whole blade chuck. And then I'll take my cap off of it, and then I'll take the mock tender out, and then the other side, the steak side, I'll take that out first, because then I can take the bone, and then when I grab it like here, and I just go against the bone, and I can get as clean as I can in one go, and then I don't have to play and fiddle fart with the rest of it. Because my game is to be as fast and clean as I can be at the same time.
Oh, we are redneck butchers.
And I get that. I learned how to do it on a frozen cow when I was 23. Then I became a butcher after that. That was my intro to cutting meat, was a frozen stiff cow.
That feels dangerous.
Oh, it was great. It was frozen. It was off the front of the tractor, out the kitchen window pretty much. And then it was all through a little, like, one of those little Cabela's
Meat grinders, yeah.
one of the little ones. And you do a whole cow with 5 of you around the kitchen table. It takes all day. Now I do it by myself in a whole day. That's how I got into it.
Growing up, you guys never butchered any of your own things?
I remember watching my dad shoot the first bull in his corral when I was probably 12, 10 years old, and I was crying. Right now, that's what I do for a living.
Yeah, because everything got shipped.
Yeah, I did. I just remember like watching my first animal get dropped. Right, it was not something we ever did a lot of. But since then, it's just now it's part of life and what I do.
Is this where we get to put a plug that, like, hey ladies, he's single?
Fly at her.
If you would like to put in a resume, folks.
This was your mom's idea.
It was not your mom's idea, but it came up with your mom because she drove a big truck and trailer. home from Vanderhoof. She showed me a picture at the plant the other day. And I was like, Nathan always told me that he wanted to marry someone who could back up a trailer. But now he says he's dropped that requirement. And he will teach her to back up a trailer.
I got 40 acres and a bunch of ground bales. If you hit them, I teach you how not to wreck it.
How did these? We're doing really good. This
Very good.
The last one.
the last deer's back straps getting taken off.
We know.
It's for the video's sake, Mac. Then we just get to clean everything. Yay! The very last piece. On the very last piece. Cleaning time. Check out this. I bought it from our friend who has the butcher shop. So it's like a hobby butcher shop, but one day he is gonna make it into an official butcher shop. That's why he built it. He just hasn't got to that point yet. So at this point, friends just use it. Anyhow, he bought this meat slicer at an auction, and he actually already had other meat slicers, and I convinced him to sell it to me. So I'm super excited to be able to use this for making sandwich meats and such. We left it in his freezer overnight so it's nice and frozen. And now we're going to weigh on his fancy scale. Because we weighed them all. When they brought them in, they weighed them. The carcasses. So bag number 1, 49 pounds. I gotta write this down.
Write it down. Are you writing this?
Yeah, 31. And a half. I'm going to get you the total tally of weights here in a second, but I just wanted to say thank you for watching. And if you enjoyed this, make sure you like this video, make sure you subscribe to our channel, then you won't miss any of our videos. And it also just helps us be shown to a broader audience of people. So have the loveliest day, friends. It's time to go get this all into the freezer at home. So I texted it to Marius, so I have the numbers here. The deer, the 5 deer combined hanging weight, so like skin, gutted, on the hook, were 550 pounds. What we got in our freezer is 123 pounds in cuts, so steaks and roasts, basically. Yeah, and like tenderloin and such. 155 pounds in ground meat or stew meat, but we're gonna make it all into sausage. So that's 278 out of 550. We also got, I gotta move my hand here. We got 3 big pots worth of soup bones. And then we got 10 pounds, maybe 20 pounds even actually, bagged up dog food for the freezer. So like if there was bloodshot,
Just so you know.
there was a lot of fat, And deer fat is just not that delicious, and I don't feel like making a bunch of deer fat candles. So that's all for the dogs and the chickens. There was also a 5-gallon bucket of dog and pig scraps, and also a cardboard box with some bones for the dogs as well. Ones that aren't as nice for broth, like we won't save the spine for broth. Wherever you shoot the animal, there's always some waste there. That's the difference on hunting versus dispatching an animal on your farm. There's always some waste. So we try for it to not be waste, and it goes to the dogs or the chickens. So it's not really waste, it's just not in our freezer. If you've seen the price of dog food or chicken food right now, you'll know that it's a win for them to get some high protein food. The chickens are not laying well right now because it's winter. So I'm really hoping that a nice boost of protein for a few days is gonna help increase their egg laying, and it usually does. You put your rabbits in my new freezer? So we reorganized the entry. Oh, your bag's about to go there, Hamish.
She's about to go for a ride, boy.
And put a new freezer in here. Oh. We already have up right here, but then this is a 20 cubic foot freezer, and I'd say we're gonna fit the pig in here because we have a pig coming back from the butcher next week, and we have a lamb in a couple weeks that I got paid for something with, a butchered lamb, and I say that one's gonna be full. So I'm sure glad I bought a Black Friday sale freezer.